to my channel. Today is going to be a Mother's Day tutorial on how to make this cute little puffy flower. It is a perfect little gift for Mother's Day, and I thought it'd be a fun little project to do. So let's get started and on to the materials. So the first thing that you're going to need, of course, is the yarn. So we're going to be using this yellow yarn for the center of our flower. I'm using Parfait Chunky, and this is the sunshine color. But of course, you can technically use whatever color you want and whatever brand. And then you're going to need a color of your choice for the petals. I'm going to be using this rose gold color. It's like a light pink. It's really pretty, so I'm going to be using this one. It's also Parfait Chunky. And I'm going to be using a 6mm crochet hook. You're also going to need some needles, yarn needles, and you're going to need some scissors. So, without any further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay, so to start our flower, we're going to be making the center of a flower with our yellow yarn. So we're going to take our end and we're going to make a slip knot. So you can make it however way you want. So once you have your slip knot, we're going to go ahead and chain 2. 1, 2. And now see here, this is the first chain. I just opened it up a little, and we're going to do 10 single crochets into that first chain. If you don't know how to do a single crochet, make sure to check out my tutorial for every basic stitch, and it'll be in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're done with our 10 single crochets. What we're going to do is you're going to find the first single crochet that you did, which for me is this one right here. And we're going to insert our hook into that, just like so. And then we're going to single crochet, but instead of pulling through these two, we're going to take our petal color, which for me is the rose gold, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull through with our rose gold. So I'm just going to take it and yarn over, pull through. And now that we've done that, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do yarn over and into that same single crochet that we just chained 3 from. So we're going to go into it, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now instead of pulling through these 2, we're going to yarn over and go through this one again, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 again. So now you have 3 loops on your hook, and we're going to do this one more time. So yarn over into this, pull through, and pull through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, and now you're going to go into the next single crochet. So I'm going to go into this one right here. So we're going to go into that. So yarn over and insert your hook, and you're going to pull through 1. And now you're going to yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Yarn over into that same stitch, pull through and pull through 2. Yarn over into that same stitch, pull through and pull through 2. Now you should have 7 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 7. So now you can kind of see the petal, but to finish it off, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch into that same stitch again. So slip stitch, and there's our first petal, and you can see that it's puffing out. So we're going to keep on going, and we're going to repeat the same petal steps 4 more times, and I'll go over it with you. So we're going to first chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, yarn over into that same stitch, pull through and pull through 2, yarn over into that same stitch, pull through and pull through 2, yarn over into that same stitch, pull through and pull through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, and now you're going to yarn over and go into the next single crochet, pull through and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through and pull through 2, and one last time, yarn over, pull through and pull through 2. Now you should have 7 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through all 7 of them, and you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to slip stitch into it, just like that. So now you have 2 of the petals. And you also might notice that in your yellow you have a little hole, but we'll go ahead and sew that up later. So now we're gonna go on to petal number 3. So chain 3, yarn over into that same stitch, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 1, and pull through 2. Once again, you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, next single crochet, pull through 1, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, and one last time, yarn over, pull through 1, and pull through 2. Now you have 7 loops, pull through all 7, chain 3, and slip stitch into that same stitch. And now you can see this is what the flower looks like so far. Yours might look a little different, but more or less the same. And now we'll move on to petal number 4. So 4 and 5 for your petals are exactly the same. So you can go ahead and just repeat those steps, chain 3, and then do those double crochets into that same stitch. If you get stuck, you can just go back to other petals and just repeat those steps. And I will meet you when I'm done and show you how to finish off the flower. Okay, so here I am. I have just finished my 5th petal, so this is where my hook is. This is my 5th petal here. And I'm going to go ahead and finish it off. So, to finish it off, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some scissors. And I'm just going to cut, not a very long tail, but long-ish. So, I'm going to cut it about that long. So, kind of just like this. And then I'm also going to cut a tail that's actually a bit longer for my yellow. So this is about the tail. The yellow ones is kind of a lot longer. So the next thing I'm going to do is I took my hook out and we're going to pull through like that. So now it's just like that. You can pull a little bit to tighten it. So now it should look similar to mine. And the next step that I'm going to show you is how to sew it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the pink. Now because this is such a short tail and this is what I like to do, is I'm actually going to tie it off. And since this is such a puffy design, you won't be able to see the knot, so I'm just going to go like that maybe 3 times and then I'll cut it off. So that's 1. That's 2. And this is number 3. So once I've done that 3 times, I'm going to just take my scissors, cut it close to the edge here. And then I'm going to take my yarn needle I'm just going to take it and poke it in, just like so. Alright, so now we finished off the pink. You might notice that you have this little hole here in your flower, which I'm going to go ahead and show you how to sew close off. So you're going to take your needle, and since I'm using puffy, I'll just take off a little so it's easier, and I like to twist it, which makes it a lot easier for me to get the yarn through my needle. I'm just going to take this little flimsy part. So just through like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to close it off. So pick the side that you want, and we're going to just go in like this and come out one other end, but just on the yellow parts, and pull. And you can see how it's made a little thing right there, so that's how we're just going to close it off. So just insert a hook in the yellow, come out the other end, and just pull. And I'll just do that a couple times until it's nice and filled in the middle. So I think I'm going to do it 4 times, so that's number 3. And I'll do it one last time. Alright, now we just finished with that, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the pink yarn since it is pretty puffy, and this is a shorter tail. I'm going to tie it off. If you know how to weave it in, I recommend doing that if you know how to, but if you're a beginner, this is the easy way, so I'm just going to do this 3 times. 1, 2, and I'm going to do 3. Okay, now I'm just going to chop it off, and as you can see I have these little tufts, so I'll just pull those out and then take my yarn needle, poke it in. And there you have it. We just finished our puffy flower. You can make these in any colors that you want. This is just the color that I was using. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was a fun little craft to do, and that you found it nice and easy. And if you end up making this for your mom or someone who's a mom, I hope they enjoy it. And I hope you guys like this tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.